So today I want to talk about a little bit more about forbearance. Back in April and March, May time period, I talked a lot about forbearance because shelter in place had just, was just in the middle of occurring. So much was closing down. People didn't know which way their financials were going. People still have a lot of financial difficulties to deal with. So tons of institutions were offering without penalty to put your property into forbearance, and that could be for 3 months, 6 months. I think 6 months was the longest I heard, at least from the institutions that I'm aware of. But it was a way of helping out the borrowers so that they didn't default on their property. Different lending institutions also had different ways of taking properties out of forbearance. Some tacked on the additional principal and interest payments to the end of the loan. For example, if you have a 30-year loan and you were in forbearance for 6 months, then you would have that loan for 30 years plus 6 months. So the loan was just extended a little bit of time. Other lenders had a balloon payment. So if you had 6 months worth of forbearance loans due, then at the end of that 6 month period, you had actually a huge amount of money to pay back. And that crisis may be coming to fruition any time now. And I'm bringing up this conversation because we're actually going through the process ourselves of getting another loan on a property, and it's coming up that they're asking the question if we ever had our properties in forbearance, have forbearance currently. So we actually did apply for forbearance for a couple of our properties back in that time period. We decided not to take the forbearance because our real estate jobs were doing well at that point in time. However, one of the properties actually continued into forbearance without our knowledge for several months. So now we're going through the process of dealing with that. It's not a big issue. However, if our properties were still in forbearance, then that would be a concern for the lender. It's almost, I don't know any lenders right now who are lending on property or giving loans to lendees who have properties still under forbearance. So if you are a homeowner and you have a property in forbearance and you're thinking about potentially buying another property, an investment property, a second home, it is going to be a difficult time to do that if your property is still under forbearance. In that case, I do urge you to take that property out of forbearance. Start paying the loan. It doesn't mean that you have to go back and pay all the past payments. That would be a question for your specific lender, how they deal with the properties once they're taken out of forbearance. Ours had no need for us to do that. Some may, but just making the loan current again by starting to pay it allows us to go ahead and get the loan on our property, and there was no issue after that. So if you have any questions, feel free to reach out, and happy to assist or provide recommendations to people to talk to. Have a great day.